Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video and just explain to you how excited I am to tell you how we make jewelry pieces, how we make engagement rings. It's actually a really cool system we have here. The first appointment is meet and greet. We're obviously going to meet and talk about your dream ring and what you see about it, what you don't like in other rings, what you like in other rings. It's quite a big appointment when we really go thoroughly into what your dream ring looks like. And we kind of end at that, then I quote you with your ring so that you kind of know where your pricing falls into, whether you're looking for a diamond or a sapphire. We talk about the pricing, and that's sort of your first appointment, which takes about I would say hour to 2 hours. During that appointment, I show you the process and we talk about this system, which I'm talking about in the video. So second appointment is always about choosing the center stone. And by that time, we went through the quote, we know what the price of your ring should be like, we know what you do and what you don't like, and we know the stones that you're considering, or the color spectrum that you're considering. And when I say color spectrum, it means that I want you to be open about different colors, and you would tell me what kind of colors you like, be it a yellow, a pink, or all the shades of blue, or bluish green. So we go through that on the first appointment so that by the second appointment, we're just looking at stones. Diamonds or gemstones, doesn't matter. The stone that you feel like should be in your dream ring. And this is a really cool appointment the second time around, because we get to play around. We get to play around with sapphires. We get to play around with diamonds. We get to play around with all these different, not only stones, but shapes, which is really important. Think about it, guys. Not only would you see your dream ring with a certain color, you also see it with a different shape, or with a shape that you like. There's so many times when I had clients who chose shape over the color, believe it or not, because some stones have an incredible cut, incredible radiant, or even an incredible round with, let's say, cabochon on top. That's super rare, but people get hung up on something that's unique. So there are many times when playing with these stones, you thought you're gonna start off with just a regular round blue sapphire, and you ended up with like an icy blue, I don't know, be it a sapphire, but maybe it's a cabochon at that point. Or, you know, I have clients who started off, I want a diamond, and ended up with a tanzanite, purple tanzanite over a diamond. Yes. Why is a different story. There are many reasons why people end up with diamonds or they end up with gemstones, and I'll make another video on why you would choose a gemstone over a diamond or a diamond over a gemstone. A lot of it has to do with personalities, how you see yourself, what you do. It's just so many things that go into this that I talk about thoroughly, and I talk about it a lot. Because if you think that your dream ring should have a huge stone and you have, you know, $3,000, don't think that you can get a huge diamond for that. We all understand that, right? So you have to opt out and look for other things. If your priority is a large stone on your finger, then you have to look for other options. And that's when you get to the stage where you can play around with different stones, and perhaps a lavender tanzanite will just do it for you. You'll just fall in love with this lavender tanzanite that is huge comparison to the diamond that you could afford, but it is what your priority is. It might be what your priority is. If your priority is a large stone, then you have to play around with different stones to see accordingly. So usually on the second appointment, I already know what your budget is, and I go between that budget, a little bit less and a little bit more, so that you kind of can see the spectrum. If your budget is $3 grand, I will get you stones that go from 1,000 to, let's say, 5,000. Why? Because sometimes when we're allocating money towards making a ring, and let's say you were thinking of a bigger ring with lots of diamonds or lots of different design ideas and kind of more intricate, complicated ring, we obviously have to allocate more for making a ring. Obviously, a solitaire costs one fee, whereas you're going for a busy ring with lots of elements and diamonds, it's going to be a different fee. Or maybe, just maybe, on the second appointment, you fell in love with a stone that is more than your budget. Let's say your budget was $3 grand for the stone and you fell in love with the stone which is $4 grand. But you loved it so much that now you're okay with a solitaire. So we take money away from that busy ring you had to begin with, put it into a cheaper version of a solitaire, because solitaires are just less expensive than obviously a ring with lots of elements. So now you have your dream stone, you have your dream ring. It's totally different from where you started off or the idea that you had in your head, but it's your ring. It's what you wanted. It's what you liked. And the only way you would have known that is if you played around on that second appointment with lots of stones and ideas on your finger and kind of just on its own, looked at it, took a feel of it, you know, kind of looked through these stones. Because picture is one thing, but when you actually look at these stones, when you touch them, when you feel them, when you put them on your hands to see, you know, how they will look like on your ring, it's a totally different feel. It's a really, really cool appointment. So that's our second appointment. The third appointment is the same thing, except now you've already narrowed down what you like. Sometimes on the second appointment, a person will say, this is it. I love the stone. It's mine. I'm in love with it. Let's make a ring. Great. It's your decision. And I've already said that many times. The stone will choose you. And if on the second appointment you saw a stone that you totally loved and it loved you back, then that's it. We're going towards our next appointment, which will be a design stage where we talk about how you want your ring in details, or what elements you like, what you want to add to it, and so on and so forth. But if you, for whatever reason, said, Rita, you know, you got these 5 stones for me and I feel like none of them are really speaking to me. None of these are really, I'm not in love with them. Some of them are okay, but it's not me. Great. I love it. This gives us a chance to narrow down your list. This gives us a chance to talk about what you like about each one of these stones. What is it that's drawing you that I didn't have at this second appointment for you to see? What is it that you like? Is it the cut that you're really hang up on? Is it that blue color that you really want to see and you didn't see that depth? What is it that you really liked? And that's what the second appointment is all about. It's all about getting to know your inner self, getting to know what is it that makes you smile every time. Because your ring, when finished, should make you smile every single day. If your engagement ring is not making you smile every day, then I feel like I didn't do a good job. I didn't do a good job on talking to you. I didn't do a good job on finding out what you like. Because I want my clients to put that smile on every time they see a ring we make. It's important to me. That's just the way I am. I need that finishing, you know, finishing touch in my life, that I've made a ring for someone who's looking at it every day and smiling. I need that. So that's my highest achievement. That's what makes this job my dream job. This is what I love about my job, actually. I love that finishing touch when people write me a letter saying, Rita, I love it. I love this ring. This is what I wanted. I look at it every day. Makes me happy. I smile every time I look at it. That makes my day. That's what feeds my inner soul, if you'd like. So that's the second appointment. The third appointment, as I mentioned, is more stones. From the third appointment, some people are still in the limbo of trying to figure out what they want. Totally fine. Totally fine. Because it means that we need more time. We need more time to spend together. We need more time to understand what is it that you really like. So the fourth appointment or fifth appointment, whatever appointment you need after that, until you find that dream stone, until we narrow down to stones or cuts or whatever you like, until there's a stone that you feel like it's yours, we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this until you tell me, Rita, I'm marrying to this stone. This is my dream diamond. This is my dream sapphire. This is my dream stone. I want a ring with this stone or gemstone or diamond. That's when I say yes. We said yes to the stone. I should say that. But this is when we're only done with the very first part of engagement ring or jewelry, any jewelry making process, be it pendant or earrings, right? And that's when we're moving to the second biggest stage, our fifth appointment or fourth appointment. Everybody's at different different space and different time frame with these. We're moving to a design stage. That stage is super fun, super playful, and I think it's just as playful with lots of opportunities as the stone choosing. And it's because I am a big believer that you have to go through what ifs to really make your dream ring. The only way you would have your dream ring is if your what ifs are gone. And when I say what ifs, I have clients who choose a stone and they're like, okay, Rita, this is the stone. I love this blue sapphire. We're making a ring. This is it. And then they tell me, and then I ask them, what metal is the metal you see your dream ring in? Is it yellow? Is it white? Is it rose? I don't know, they say. I like rose gold, but I kind of like white gold. I'm not sure. Perfect. I want you to be not sure, because I want you to understand that if you make your ring in white gold and you think that's what you like, I still feel like there's somewhere there you're gonna think, what if my ring would be rose gold? Would that make a difference? Is that something I would enjoy? And I don't want you to think that, because I want you to smile when you see your ring every morning. I don't want you to smile at it and go, but what if this would be in this metal? I want you to know this is it. This is what you chose. This is what you love. So what we do at the design stage, we play with your design. We can design for you one in rose gold and one in white gold, so that your what ifs are gone, so that you can see those designs in different metals and understand, well, I really like in rose gold and I'm kind of okay with it in white gold, but not really. And a lot of it has to do with the stone too. If you're choosing a diamond, it's a little bit different, because a diamond goes almost with any metal because it's very neutral. But if you're going with, let's say, a yellow sapphire, you don't understand how different a yellow sapphire looks in yellow gold and in white gold. It's like a different ring. In yellow gold, it just looks like one united piece. You can't really see the difference between where the yellow sapphire ends and where the ring starts. In white gold, you can see that very much, but the white gold is so cold and the yellow sapphire is so warm that the combination of white gold and yellow sapphire is also very, very different. Very modern, very bold, not for everyone for sure. Personally, I like yellow sapphires and yellow gold because I think that the yellow gold is warm and it matches the yellow sapphire, which is also warm. But then it's really tricky what design you choose, because I don't enjoy rings that look like one piece. Like I don't enjoy where you can't see the stone. I feel like the stone should still be the center of attention. The band should just enhance that beauty. It should not be one single and tidy. So it's very tricky, and it's a totally different design when you're designing in white gold or in yellow gold, depending on the stone that you're choosing. So a design stage is very, very playful. We do lots of designs so that you can see what it looks like in different angles. So you can see what it looks like with the halo and without. So that you can see what it looks like as a solitaire. Or perhaps you're considering a vintage basket versus just 4 claws. So you can see it. You don't have to wonder. You can see a vintage basket and you can see 4 claws on your dream ring and really decide at that point. So we go through the design stage the most. I would say that the most time is allocated into that, because most people are pretty quick in choosing the gemstone. I think gemstones are so personal. You know right away, okay, this is for me, this is not for me. This is for me, this is not for me. But in design stage, it's hard because, you know, there's so many possibilities and you still have to narrow down. Like we can't design 100 different designs for you to choose from. So we still have to narrow down to some kind of start point of what you like and what you don't like and what you think what ifs. So the design stage is where we're at for a while, but it's an amazing stage for you to play, get your what ifs out of the way, and really know this is it. So by the time we're ending the design stage, it's, you know, by that time, this is what I like for sure, because we go through quite a bit of a detailed design process for you to say, this is it. This is my dream ring. I love it. And at that point, when you tell me, Rita, this is it, I love it, the design stage is over, I've knocked down all my what ifs, I know this is what I want, we're moving on to a new stage, which is called prototype. And the prototype stage is also very, very interesting and very important, because it's one thing when you're looking at design on the computer or on your phone. It's a totally different feel when you can see the prototype in your hands, when you can play with it, when you can put it on your finger, when you can see the dimensions. It's really hard to understand the dimensions from the photos or from the 3D designs. Even though we also make a 3D design on the hand, so that it gives you a better perspective on the proportion, it's still really, really hard to, you know, to kind of picture it on your hand. So we go through a prototype stage where you can see it, feel it. And at that point, a lot of my clients say, Rita, you know, on the design, it looked perfect. And I really liked it. But right now, I feel like it's either too thick or too thin. Perfect. We're still at design stage. We're just at a prototype design stage. So this is totally perfect when you tell me that, because guess what? We can make another prototype which is either thinner or thicker, depending on what you're trying to see the difference with. So let's say you've got one engagement ring, which is 2mm shank. Shank is the band that wraps around your finger. And one which is 4mm. And you can see the difference. And at that point, when you see the two prototypes in your hands, you're like, no, Rita, 2mm was just perfect. I don't think 4mm is for me, it's too thick. But it's great because you canceled your what if in your head. You know at this point, this is what you like. You know that you like a thinner shank, you know, rather than the thicker one or the wider one. And this is great. This is great that you know that for yourself. It means that when you're finished with the ring, you will smile at it because you know that that's what you liked. You no longer will see it as what if, because we're gonna cancel all the what ifs and make sure you enjoy your ring. So this is the prototype stage. At the prototype stage, we are done in terms of the design. By the time the prototype stage is done and you tell me this is it, I love the prototype, I love the design, I love everything about it, we're moving into the final stage, which is ring making. And ring making is an interesting stage. Takes about 5 days to about 10 days, I would say, depending on how complex the ring is. We send you progress reports, which I find is very important because you no longer need to discuss anything, but there is this like gap of silence. And yes, you're waiting for your ring to be completed, but I still want you to feel like behind the scenes, someone is working on your beautiful ring. Like I hate when I make something custom and I'm just waiting for it with no feedback, with just nothing. I feel like it's so empty, not knowing. So what we do progress reports. Like I can text you or message or email and say, listen, we're at day 3 or day 4 of ring making. We're doing great. The ring is turning out beautiful. We're casting it or setting the stones. And I feel like it gives you the peace of mind that somebody behind is working on your ring. And I think it just feels good. It just feels good to get that report, to know where you're at with your ring, to know your kind of that we're either within the time frame for delivery or we're behind maybe 1 to 2 days, which totally happens because all of it is handwork. And handwork is impossible to, you know, track down and completely say, oh, it's going to be done by that date. It's really, really hard because people that make this ring are people and they get sick and they have things to do and they have their good days when they make ring fast and they have their bad days when nothing is working out and they end up making 2, you know, setting the diamonds on 2 rings instead of 5 a day. This happens. We're all people. We all have different dates. So I always give it a delivery date, but I always say you have to give it 2-3 days plus or minus because you never know. You never know. So the progress reports that I send, sometimes I send with photos of your progress ring. So either ring out of casting or ring is setting diamonds. And these are also cool because I feel like later, if you're doing an engagement ring for your girl, you can show her how her ring was being born. I think that's really exciting. I think that's cute. Like from the stage of choosing the center stone to the stage of making the ring and to the final ring. I think it's exciting. I would really like that if I had to make a ring. So I think that I'm just trying to do what I would like, and I would really enjoy progress reports. So we do these progress reports until you get your ring. When you get your ring, or the date that you are picking up your ring, we do a photo shoot of your ring, and sort of on professional camera with nice light and kind of artsy background, and we send you those as well. If you are somewhere around the world, and we do a lot of rings for our clients in US, in Australia, in Russia, in New Zealand, then what we do is we send you the pictures from the photo shoot and the tracking number on the same date, so that you have the peace of mind where your ring is at, you can track it, and you have the professional photos, which look fabulous, and you're kind of expecting your ring. All you're waiting at that point is delivery. We also provide appraisal reports free of charge, or what they're called is evaluation reports. The difference is some have the value and some don't. And I think we do those for your peace of mind and ours as well, because it's easier to see what carat weight, what gram weight your piece of jewelry is. It's kind of fun to see what is written about it, what millimeter size your stones are. So that's also provided at the last stage, together with the tracking number and the photos. So I guess in this video I just wanted to really just go through the stages, the process that we do at Magnons. We're pretty proud of our what we call a seven-step design system. It's really, really thorough. It's got a lot of steps. I mean, there's so many things I didn't even mention in this video that, you know, at the last stage, when we're at the prototype stage, we also discuss claws. You know, how high should your ring be, and what kind of claws you like, whether it's ball claws or tiger claws or box claws. There are many, many things we talk about when it comes to design. We're proud of it. I'm proud of it. And this is all done to, one, never have to face a mistake that we are ever mistaken for. Like, for example, you liked something and you didn't get it at the end. That, knock on wood, never happened at Magnons. Never happened to me that someone said, this is not what I wanted, because we go through so many steps that we talk about every little thing, angle, under basket, everything about the ring we usually talk about. So normally I would say that most people are just like, I think you're giving too much information rather than too little information, because I really teach my clients. I teach them about stones, about diamonds, about cuts, about light, about absolutely everything. Because I feel like the only way to make a good decision at any point of our times that we meet, it's still when you know. Like, how can I choose a TV if I don't know anything about TVs? But when someone teaches me, well, this one is this, and this has this many pixels, and this one is this big, and this one is this wide, but this has this feature, I know. So when I know, I can make a decision what's best for me, what kind of TV is best for me. This is the same thing with the diamonds and the stones. I don't know how you can choose a diamond or a stone without having to go through the process of, you know, education, or the process of knowing what's the difference between cuts and clarity and color and price-wise, where you land. I think it's super important to know. So I love to teach, and I love the education part of these meetups. I have a gemological background, and so I am in love with gemstones. I am in love with cuts and colors, and every single project that goes through Magnons. You obviously meet with me for design. I go crazy for these projects. Like, I get so hyped up about every single ring, every single piece of jewelry that we ever had to make, every piece of earrings that we had to make. I get hyped up about it, because in every one of them I put a piece of my soul. My team puts a piece of our soul. You don't understand. We talk about everything with our team. We gather every day and We discuss it behind the scenes, and each one of us is hyped up about it. Like, not a single person at Magnons, I would say, just takes it as a job. Like, we're all taking it as something very personal. Every single ring that we have to work on, our earrings, I think that we all take it very personally in terms of how the design should be, in terms of what's best for these stones. And if at some point in stage I think one way and my clients think one way, and my diamond setter comes to me and says, Rita, I know your clients really wanted this piece set high, but it's gonna look a little bit weird. With this design that you guys chose, with the stone, high setting might look a little bit weird. Are you sure you wanna go that route? And I call them and I find out, and we meet again and we discuss, and so on and so forth, because I don't know, I believe in being truthful, and I believe in being truthful with your clients, and I believe in being open, and I believe in making that ring that you really enjoy. I think that's what really makes me happy. I think that's what makes me happy about my job, is making a ring that you would really like at the end, that you put a smile on, and that it's sturdy, it's quality made, it's making you smile, it's what you wanted. That's what I really want to do. So at Magnons, we take pride in our thorough system, in our meetups. I mean, I could be meeting with you for as long as you need to. If you think that you need to make your dream ring in half a year, then I'd be meeting with you in half a year, endless appointments. Because at the end of the day, if you're happy with the ring that you made, then I don't need marketing. You will tell your friends and family that you were happy at this place, with the process, with the people, with how you've been treated. And that's how we like it. That's how we take pride in our system. So for all of you out there searching for a jeweler or wanting to make an engagement ring, do your research and find a person who gets hyped up about your ring, who wants to design it, who wants for you to enjoy it at the end, for you to love it. There are plenty of designers like that, that are hyped up, that are happy about what they do, that really want you to have that dream ring, that want to take pride in being a part of your love story. Look for that kind of designer with that kind of energy. And for all my clients and for all the people that kind of been with me for years and designed rings and earrings and jewelry, thank you. I'm really thankful for each one of you. I'm thankful that I have each one of you, that I talk to each one of you, and most of my clients become my friends. I'm really blessed to have this going. So anyways, if any of you have questions, info@magnons.com, 416-837-0141. You can text me, you can email me, you can call me, make an appointment with me, whatever you want. If you're not ready for an appointment and you just have questions, email me your questions, text me your questions. I'm always around. I always answer them on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel. We have an Instagram channel. Any way that you can reach out to me, because I answer questions, maybe not the same day, but I try. I answer your inquiries. I would love to meet with you, whether it's for jewelry making, engagement ring making, whether it's just for an advice. I meet with people that just want an advice, and it's totally free, and it's there's no strings attached. Just come and meet me and I'll help you out with whatever you're dealing with in terms of your rings, earrings, repairs, anything that you need jewelry related. I'm there for you. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. It's Margarita Sciapin from Magnons.